we're going to start this 30-minute world record attempt for pumpkin pie. As before, we're going to ask that the crowd count down from 10. When you say 10, you can start eating. A lot of pie. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, come on, 3, 2, 1. He is started, ladies and gentlemen. This is at the Great Pumpkin Farm, a world record attempt for pumpkin pie. As I said before, he's to pace himself. He's literally done with his first piece already in 15 seconds. If you think about that, a 15-second split time per piece of pumpkin pie is going to create an amazing number.
Oh, I can't move this.
As I said before, Natter's pacing himself. He can eat quick. It's proven that he can eat quick. Natter can eat a lot. It's proven that he can eat a lot. But a 30-minute pumpkin pie eating attempt is something where he has to do both. He has to pace himself. It's a sprint, but it's a marathon. It's looked at as more than just exercise. This truly is a sport. Natter truly is an athlete. We like to refer to him as an elite. But he is going to continue on just an amazing pace. It's awfully interesting, too, that Natter's preparation this morning was nothing. He's a natural eater. This young man can just pull himself up to a table to 60 slices of pumpkin pie and just say go, and he just eats. Seems to be shaking his head like he's enjoying the taste, which is always a great sign when somebody's going to be eating pumpkin pie for 30 minutes. Now, as I said before, we take our records quite seriously. In fact, we have an official at every single one of our eating championships. Dave O'Karma, in the referee's shirt, is making sure that the pumpkin pie is eaten as it's intended to be eaten. Dave is here to make sure that the numbers are going to be correct. And he's here to make sure that Natter eats safely, which is absolutely important when anyone is eating a lot of food for a lot of time. 2 minutes have passed, and I'll be quite honest with you, the pace is quite furious. Looks like Natter's going on his 7th or 8th piece already. Now Natter's using his hands, which is something that the amateur eaters didn't do in the earlier contest. They were at a little bit of a disadvantage because they couldn't use their hands. But if you think about that for a minute, Natter has eaten probably about 8 pieces already in the amount of time that the amateur contest is only halfway through. And from what I see right now, Natter is not slowing down. Something that's going to be quite interesting is that towards the end of the contest, he's actually going to speed up. He's on his 8th piece, ladies and gentlemen. He's confirmed he's on his 8th piece. About 3.5 minutes have passed. This is going to be absolutely amazing to eat. It's fun to be at the Great Pumpkin Farm knowing that there's going to be a world record established. Tomorrow, at the 1 o'clock World Dance Free Pumpkin Pie Eating Championship, we feel that there's going to be another world record established. The Great Pumpkin Farm this weekend is going to be possibly the home of 2 world records. For sure we're going to see a new world record today, but tomorrow when the eaters eat in the 10-minute hands-free contest, we feel that another world record is going to be established. To be quite honest with you, I'm not aware of any other location that can claim 2 world records back to back. The Great Pumpkin Farm is one of the only ones that I know of who can claim that record and who can claim that they have 2 world records. They are the home of 2 pumpkin pie eating world records. All right. Natter's getting awfully close. He's 10 pieces, ladies and gentlemen. That's 10 pieces in 5 minutes. That's 10 pieces in 5 minutes. That's on pace for 60 slices in 30 minutes, which is absolutely astonishing. Just so you're aware, each one of these slices weighs out at 2.8 ounces. 2.8 ounces per slice. Each pumpkin pie weighs out at approximately 1.4 pounds. 12 pieces, and his pace is steady, possibly picking up. Like I said before, something that is going to be quite interesting is that when we enter that last 5 minutes, I firmly believe that Natter's just going to turn it on. He's in his zone. The only thing that's going through his mind right now is pumpkin pie. He nods his head in agreement. Natter is an eating machine. Quite like the movie Terminator, Natter seems to have been born simply to eat. Anything that's put before him to eat, he devours. To him, it's not a challenge, it's life. Life is intended for Natter simply to eat food. He's a perfect eating machine. He's going to prove that today when he leaves here holding the world pumpkin pie eating record. As I said before, Natter's from California. Natter is a teacher. He's a high school teacher. He has a lot of support in California. And I know he's got a lot of support here in New York and at the Great Pumpkin Farm. He cannot wait to go back home to California with the world record trophy, with his hands held high, knowing that he is the owner of a world record. I think every single one of us wishes we could have a world record, wishes that we could establish a world record. But we're watching history in the making right now as Natter attempts a world record for pumpkin pie eating, 30 minutes at the Great Pumpkin Farm. His pace seems to be increasing. 15 pieces, ladies and gentlemen. 15 pieces. He is basically going on to a 16 piece, which would be the equivalent of 2 full pies in less than about 7.5 minutes. His pace is good. His pace is real good to create a new world record that I think will impress every single one of us. We're bringing out the trophy that will be awarded when the world record is established. One thing you'll notice too is that Natter is limiting the amount of water that he's taking in. Something that isn't considered a whole lot is when a food challenger like Natter eats a large amount of food over a certain amount of time. We're talking about the amount of food that he's eating, but you gotta keep in mind the amount of liquid intake that's happening. I believe he's already taken in about 32 ounces of water in addition to the food that he's eating. Now we don't report the actual amount of liquids that he's eating, we're only reporting the actual amount of pie that he's eating, but that just makes this attempt even that much more impressive. I would ask Natter for a quote. I would ask Natter to give a comment right now, but I think all we would hear would be whoa. The pumpkin pie seems to be going out quite easily for Natter. There was a concern about the sugar. There was a concern about the actual ingredients, and if he was going to hit a roadblock. Time will only tell as he continues on if he's going to hit that wall, that sugar wall, that a lot of us hit, where your body's telling you to stop eating and go to sleep. Natter needs to push through that. You'll see a lot of times Natter adjusting himself. You'll see a lot of wiggling. What he's doing is he's actually creating room in his stomach. He's moving, physically moving the food in his stomach around to create more levels where the pumpkin pie can go. Ladies and gentlemen, right here at the Great Pumpkin Farm, world record attempt for a 30-minute pumpkin pie eating. We've now passed 10 minutes. Natter has been eating for 10 minutes. What do you guys think so far? Come on, a little bit of noise. I think Natter can actually eat more if he knows that you guys are supporting him, if he knows that you guys are cheering him on. 10 minutes, historically throughout eating, 10 minutes is known at the moment when your body is telling you I'm full. I've had enough. I do not want to keep eating. The 10-minute mark scientifically happens when your body says, I'm full. No more eating, and you literally just stop eating and you're done. What's happening right now is Natter's body is telling him that, but he's saying, I don't want to listen, and he's just going to continue to eat. It's going to continue to get harder and harder at this point for Natter to push those pumpkin pie pieces down. He has to fight the voice inside his head saying, stop eating. As I said, Natter's stomach capacity far exceeds those of the average person. And he'll just continue to go on. Natter does no training. Natter does not train to eat. Natter simply is hungry. Natter is simply hungry all the time. He's hungry for pumpkin pie today, and I guarantee you, he's going to be hungry for pumpkin pie tomorrow and the next day, the day after. He's simply a food-eating machine that cannot be stopped. We'll get a quick count here to see where he's at. There's a lot of plates up here. 21 pieces. Natter's moving on to his 22nd piece. Which is almost 3 full pies, not at the halfway minute mark even. Again, if he continues on this pace, we could see 6+. These are really big pieces. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you've seen these pieces. These are big slices of pumpkin pie. I would say that I'm a larger than average person, and I have a larger than normal appetite. I don't know if I can eat more than 2 of these slices. Which puts it in perspective too for the amateurs that we just saw eat not too long ago. Those men and women packed away 5, 6, 7 slices, which is absolutely astonishing. As I said before, here at the Great Pumpkin Farm, we are watching a world record attempt. The Great Pumpkin Farm has proven year after year, and especially this year, 2012, that they are by far the leaders when it comes to any type of record attempt, specifically competitive eating, because after Sunday, after the 1 o'clock World Hands-Free Pumpkin Pie Eating Championship on Sunday, the Great Pumpkin Farm is going to be home to 2 world records, which is absolutely amazing. Dave, after we spoke about it, went and checked. There is no other location in the entire world that is the home of 2 pumpkin pie, or I believe any world record, any eating world record. And we're sitting here at the Great Pumpkin Farm. We're just going to get 2 world records. Natter is taking this as a personal battle. This attempt was established probably about a month ago. It was thought of about a month ago. Natter was contacted. As I said before, he is the #1 food challenger in the world. There is no other higher ranked food challenger than Natter. You guys heard of Adam Richman on Man vs. Food? Natter has eaten on Man vs. Food along Adam Richman, and he's eaten more than Adam Richman. Natter is a better eater than any other food challenger in the world. Now, like I said, Man vs. Food was a fantastic show. It created a lot of fun. It created a lot of interest in the sport of competitive eating. But it needs to be known that Natter far exceeds any expectation, far exceeds any standard that show created. He was invited to be a guest star on Man vs. Food. He ate a barbecue meat type challenge in Man vs. Food, and he absolutely destroyed that. Adam Richmond had a sourpuss face after the show because Natter showed him up. So he's here today at the Great Pumpkin Farm to continue that tradition. He's cleaning up after himself. He's also a nice person. We're past the halfway minute mark, ladies and gentlemen. Can we give a little cheer for Natter? He's been eating for 15 minutes straight. I've been walking back and forth, I've been pacing, because that's what I do. I haven't been able to watch Natter second by second, but every time I look, he's constantly eating, so I'm going to have to guess that he's been eating for 15 minutes straight, pumpkin pie slices, which is absolutely astonishing. I can't imagine eating anything for 15 minutes straight. This is a very rich food. This is a very sugary food, and this world record is going to be something that goes down in history as an amazing record that I personally don't think will be beaten anytime soon. He's on his 25th piece, 2 5-pieces, and basically the split. He seems to be slowing down a bit, but like I said before, Natter has the ability to pace himself and listen to his body, listen to his stomach, so that he knows what he can and can't do, and what his stomach is capable of doing, and how much food he can continue to place in his body. 16 minutes have passed. There's a little under 14 minutes left. He seems to be eating strong. It's going to get, like I said before, Natter's going to push himself real hard, probably in the last 2 to 3 minutes. I believe that in about the 6-minute mark is when he's really going to turn it on. But in the last 2 to 3 minutes, I personally believe that Natter's going to be eating quicker than he's eating now. His split time slowed down a bit. He's on pace for about 50 slices. Natter loves to hear cheering. Natter seems to be able to eat quicker when they cheer for him. Natter's real well known in the sport of competitive eating. Natter is highly respected. As I said before, he's the #1 ranked food challenger in the world. Dave is giving an update on his statistics right now as far as what he's eating. We're going to keep updating Natter with what he's eating, because again, it's very important to him as the time ticks down that he continues to eat at a very fast pace. But also, he's going to need to pick it up. He's not going to need to pick it up, he's going to want to pick it up. So that he can establish a record that isn't going to be beaten anytime soon. There's 12 minutes left, 18 minutes have passed. The liquid intake is slowing down, which is actually a good sign, because Natter's body is now communicating with him how he can maximize the amount of space in his stomach and fill it with pumpkin pie instead of water. We're going to do a slice count real quick with 11.5 minutes left. He's around 26 pieces. We're getting close to entering the last third of this world record attempt. And when we enter that last third, believe it or not, those 10 minutes are going to be considered a sprint for Natter. The marathon is going to be over. Right now he's pacing himself like a marathon runner. The end is nowhere near in sight for him right now. He's simply eating at a very natural pace, but again, that's going to increase as the time ticks down. 27 pieces. We'll give you a quick poundage update on that. Manners eating just under 5 pounds of pumpkin pie thus far. And right now we're entering the last third. 20 minutes have passed. There is 10 minutes left in the Great Pumpkin Farm 30-minute World Pumpkin Pie Eating Record attempt. Manor is in the zone. It looks like he may be looking at you, but the only thing he sees is pumpkin pie. He's looking straight through you, and he sees pumpkin pie. He's going and going and going. Now this record is quite impressive. This obviously far exceeds the total weight that has been eaten in the past at the World Hands-Free Pumpkin Pie Eating Championship. Natter's focusing on not the number of slices, Natter's focusing on the total amount of pounds that he can pack in his stomach. This is a very rich food. This food is considered probably a standard that competitive eaters can use to judge themselves against each other because of the richness, because of the sugar content. These aren't hot dogs. Hot dogs are something that just slide down and you continue on. These aren't chicken wings where you eat a little bit of chicken off the bone and you throw the bone away. This is a whole slice of pumpkin pie. The caloric count on each slice is absolutely amazing. And that's something that needs to be thought of as it's going on. A little hot dog has nowhere near the amount of calories that each slice of this pumpkin pie, each slice of pumpkin pie has. He's laughing, he's giggling, he's having a good time. Now, like I said before, we're getting awfully close to the point where Natter's going to start pulling pie closer to him at a more rapid pace as he tries to establish a number that's going to be amazing. You know, that's going to establish the new world record. There's less than 8 minutes left at this world record attempt. He's entering that 5-pound range. He's got some empty plates in front of him. The other empty plates are stacking up alongside of the table. 7.5 minutes left. It's going to be important as we get down, as the time gets down, that the crowd can cheer for him. It's kind of like the last few seconds of a basketball game. It's kind of like 1 minute left in a hockey game and you're down by 1. The more that you cheer for Natter, the more he's going to eat. His body's fuel is going to be the pumpkin pie, but his mind's fuel is the cheering that you guys can do for him. As I said before, Natter's eating accomplishments are high. Natter has been eating for 23 minutes now. There are no signs of distress. There are no signs that he's going to slow down. There are no signs that he's going to stop anytime soon. There are no signs that his body's having any problems whatsoever. He just keeps going. As you see right now, he is picking up that bite he just took was more than half of a slice. So what he's doing is he's fighting through the wall, the pumpkin pie wall that's there, and he's just eating. 6 minutes left. Now, like I said before, the amount of pumpkin pie in his belly is a lot. But he's going to continue eating, at least at the pace that's been established. And like I said before, he very well could be picking up the pace as we get to that 2 to 3 minute mark. It's raining outside, it's hot here because Natter Beretta is attempting a world record, a 30-minute world record for pumpkin pie eating, with numbers that are going to be extremely impressive. All right, ladies and gentlemen, 5 minutes left. 5 minutes left. 25 minutes have passed at the Great Pumpkin Farm for this world record attempt for pumpkin pie eating. We're going to be focusing on the amount of pounds that he eats in 30 minutes. I believe that his body's having a tough time with how rich this food is. It's a high sugar content food. We all know what happens when we eat too much sugar. We want to take a break, we want to go to sleep. Natter's fighting through that, and he's doing it at a very rapid pace. There we go. There's a fan for Natter. He's at 30 pieces. There's going to be 4 minutes left. I heard you guys make noise for the amateur contest. How about we make a little bit of noise for Natter? Come on. Let's hear it for Natter. As he continues on at the 4-minute mark, he's got 4 minutes left to eat pumpkin pie. Now Natter would probably disagree with me, but come on. It's 4 minutes, right? We can all eat pumpkin pie for 4 minutes. There's only 4 minutes left of this world record attempt. There's 4 minutes left for Natter to create a legacy here at the Great Pumpkin Farm so that he can leave today with that beautiful world record trophy that you see on the corner, so that he can leave today and go home with his hand held high to California, straight from Buffalo, New York, and the Great Pumpkin Farm, knowing that he's a world record holder. Natter's hat, his trademark hat that he's wearing, was clean when he came in, but I noticed a little bit of pumpkin pie right there on the brim. So not only is he taking home a belly full of pumpkin pie, not only is he taking home a world record, but is he taking home a sweet souvenir of pumpkin pie on the brim of his hat. All right, there's less than 3 minutes left. 2 minutes and 55 seconds for Natter to eat. This is tough. Ladies and gentlemen, when you think about eating pumpkin pie for 30 minutes, I think usually think it's going to be tough. But to continuously eat slice after slice of pumpkin pie for 30 minutes straight, each slice weighing 2.8 ounces, without stopping, there's a miraculous feat. He's in the zone. There's a pumpkin pie buffet that is set before Natter. He is taking on the challenge. He's going to continue to eat. Like I said before, tomorrow at 1 o'clock at the World Hands-Free Pumpkin Pie Eating Championship, there is going to be some competitive eating at that event also. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen, there's 2 minutes left. There's 2 minutes left. It's kind of like a 2-minute warning for any sport. This is what separates the true athletes from those that think they can. This is what creates an eating legacy. This is what creates a true world champion. I can't say enough how impressive it is of the Great Pumpkin Farm to be the home of 2 world records. There's so much here that goes on. I realize this is just another layer of fun. This is just another layer of what the Great Pumpkin Farm has to offer, but it's absolutely amazing to me to be here where there's going to be 2 world records created in one weekend.
Really soon. You gonna stay? Awesome, high five.
Getting close, ladies and gentlemen. There's 1 minute. There's 1 minute left. That's his world record. He is eating for 29 minutes straight. At the end of this 1 minute, at the end of this 30 minutes, we're going to count and see what the record is. We're going to let you all know. I guarantee you it's going to be absolutely impressive. 40 seconds left. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to ask for Nather's sake that you just cheer for it this last 30 seconds. You can do whatever you need to do to make noise, but if you're cheering for him, that's going to motivate him. That's going to keep him eating. That's going to keep his jaw going up and down. That's going to keep the pumpkin pie sliding down. All right, we're going to count down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That is it, ladies and gentlemen. The Great Pumpkin Farm World Record, 30 minutes. All right, we're going to quickly do the math. We have to count on the actual slices. We're going to figure out the poundage. Natter ate a total in 30 minutes of 4 10-inch pumpkin pies. The number is going to be more impressive. This is going to be a lot easier than figuring out who the person in the United States is. So I'm going to take a couple ticks on the calculator. Okay? The actual total poundage in Natter's stomach of pumpkin pie and the new world record is 9.48 pounds. 9.48 pounds of pumpkin pie in 30 minutes is absolutely impressive. He is the new 30-minute pumpkin pie world record holder, ladies and gentlemen, right here at the Great Pumpkin Farm. He looks like he's getting more. Natter, what are you going to say?
Wow. I never thought I'd feel like that so quickly. Like, you know, I'm not full before, man. That pumpkin pie and history is kicking away no one can hit me before.
Do you think that's one of the toughest foods you've ever eaten?
Oh, yeah. But it's hard to say this, but I was already hard.
Natter has done well over 300 eating challenges his entire life. For him to say that that's one of the most difficult food items that he's eaten says a lot. So again, what you witnessed today in 30 minutes is a new world record right here at the Great Pumpkin Farm, 9.48 pounds. When we leave today, it is 9.48 pounds of pumpkin pie. We cannot say thanks enough to the Great Pumpkin Farm. They are absolutely innovators when it comes to competitive eating. They're leaders in competitive eating. We want you to stick around. There's plenty to do. There's a show, there's an awesome show coming up right after us after we get off the stage. Stick around here. Do not forget to come back here tomorrow, Sunday at 1 o'clock for the World Hands-Free Pumpkin Pie Eating Championship. That's a 10-minute event.